afternoon. It is Wednesday the 9th of October. It is, well, just about to turn 12:30. I'm just about to set off. Uber. Yeah, so I'm not sure if anybody else has done it, but a message came through on Uber the other day. Well, it was last week, saying there's like an update required for your particular council for the magnets, obviously for your side doors. So I went on, and a couple of them had changed. I think it was like Liverpool, Sefton, St Helens, and somewhere else. So the ones I've got at the moment are white. I'm guessing that's just because I went to the Manchester hub and they're the ones that they give me. So the ones for St Helens, where I'm plated, is the black. So I thought, well, that's handy because the vehicle's black, so it'll blend in a little bit more. So anyway, long story short, I went on, ordered them, and you had to pay £10. I thought, why do you need to pay for magnets? So I paid for them anyway, and it says they'll come next working day. So it'd been 6 days, nothing had turned up. So I went back on to try and track it, and then I realised it says at checkout, enter this unique code and you'll receive them for free. So I thought, oh, what an idiot, because I didn't read it properly. So I found Uber and I was trying to explain to him, but obviously he hardly speaks a word of English. I can't understand him, he can't understand me, and I'm trying to get the message across to him that firstly I've ordered them and I've paid for them by mistake and I need to get them for free so I can have me £10 back, and secondly they still haven't arrived. So he couldn't compute that, and he certainly couldn't do both of them tasks at the same time. So we broke it down a bit to basically I've paid for them and they were free. So I said, let's just stick with that. So he keeps putting me on hold and coming back and putting me on hold, and he comes back and then he says, hang on a second, he said, these are just for new drivers. Only new drivers can have them for free. And I said, well, I am a new driver. So he goes, hang on a sec, how many trips have you done? So I said, oh, I don't know, hang on a second. So I had to log on. I'm thinking, can he see that at his end? So I log on to the app, and it was like 850 trips. He said, so you've done 850 trips in 6 weeks? I said, yeah. And you're a gold pro member and whatnot? I was like, yeah. So he said, oh, I'll have to go and speak to someone. So he comes back to me again, and then he says, yeah, no, you're not new. He said, you've had your account since 2017, so you're not a new driver. And I said, no, I've had the Uber app, as in the Uber Eats app, since 2017, because when I downloaded the Uber driver app, it then knows that you've been like an Uber One customer, because I paid the annual fee to get the is it 5 or 10% off your food deliveries and stuff. It copies that information across into your driver app. So in my driver app it says I've been a member since 2017. So I said, yeah, I've had the app since 2017 because I've been ordering food. I said, but as you can see, I've only been a driver for 6 weeks. So he's like, oh, right, okay, well, I'll end the call and I'll send you the message on here. And I need you to send me screenshots of the message that's come through from the Uber app. So I was like, right, okay, then I'll do that. So I sent him the screenshots, because it comes up saying, you qualify for these, being a new driver, blah, 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 use this code. So I send that across to him. And he comes back to me and says, oh, as per our conversation on the phone, you're not a new driver, so you have to pay for them. And I was like, no. I said, as per our conversation, I've supplied proof to you, proving that I'm a new driver. I said, so I am a new driver. I said, so I want them for free. I said, and secondly, they haven't even turned up. I said, so they're supposed to come next working day. This is now day 7. I said, so I've technically paid for the product that you haven't even shipped. I said, so I want refunding for them. I said, oh, I'm going to have to contact the bank and basically say, you've conned me out of £10. It all sounds trivial. It's just £10 at the end of the day. But they're basically just stealing money off you. You're paying them for something which technically I didn't have to pay for. And they still haven't sent them out. And he's arguing over the fact that because I've been ordering food off them since 2017, I don't qualify as a new Uber driver. It just doesn't make sense. So I've since gone back on anyway, and I've ordered another set of plates, this time using the promo code that it's given me. So I've ordered them first thing this morning, so I'll see if they come tomorrow. But yeah, they're an absolute nightmare to get hold of. You can't contact them on the app unless you complain about a customer or a ride. They then review it and come back to you, and then at that point there's like, it then opens up like a bit of a chat, so you can then explain. But other than that, there's no like email address or anything like that. You have to phone up, and the issue is when you phone up, they don't understand English, and the conversation went on for like half an hour. So I think in the end, even he was frustrated. So that's why he said, "Oh, I'll message you on the app instead," because that's obviously easier for him to deal with. It's ridiculous. You can't even get hold of anyone. So I'm gonna wait for my Maggons to come tomorrow, my free ones, which it should be, and then I can just go on to my online banking app and just click on it and say, you know, basically I've been conned out of this £10, and then they'll sort it out for it. Goods not received. I've done it many times in the past and that's not like a credit card. That's just through my bank. I've done things which you know, like £100. I've had ones which were like £600-700, and I've just clicked on, said what the issue was, and within 10 minutes they've credited all of the money back to the account, and they just snatch it back off the other people. Because I then had the other people contacting me, and I said, look, I've tried to resolve it with you, and you're not resolving it. So I just do the same thing to Uber. They like snatching money out of our accounts, so just do the same thing to them. So yeah, something to look out for. If you do get the message, obviously use the promo code, and secondly, make sure you chase them, because as I've said on quite a few of my videos, I've always had to argue with them for days in order to get a cancellation fee or to get something adjusted where they owed me £20. You've got to constantly bombard them with message after message after message, and then eventually they're like, oh, as a gesture of goodwill. They should have just done it straight away. You know, they should recognise, oh yeah, you are a new driver, here's your £10 back, and that's it. It's all done and dusted. But yeah, they don't operate like that. They're a nightmare to deal with. So anyway, after that little intro rant, I'll crack on. I'll go online. It has been raining since about 5 o'clock this morning. Still raining now, so hopefully it'll be a little bit busier than it was yesterday for the massive £10 an hour that I was raking in then. So I will catch you in a bit with a bit of an update. Quick little update, and I've come home. So it is completely and utterly dead. I came online after a couple of minutes. I got my first job round the corner, smallish kind of job. Ran about a mile to it. Got £5.68 for 1.4 miles. But as I ran a mile to it, it was, you know, at least it was what? So it was like 250 to, well, no, 280 a mile thereabouts. So it wasn't too bad. But I don't know if they changed it to like a percentage that you want to tip off your journey, because the guy gave me not that I'm moaning that someone's giving me a tip, but it's just I don't know how it's been worked out, a 53 pence tip. So yeah, I don't know if he's typed in 53p or it's now Uber's now changed it, so it's basically a percentage of the fare. I'm not sure. Just as I dropped him off, I was off the job, which was about 2.5 miles away, to go to Bolton, which was 17.5 miles. So it was about a 20-mile trip, and they were offering me £20, and it would have took me probably just over an hour. Obviously I didn't take that. Drove into Southport, absolutely nothing whatsoever. I then drove from Southport. I said to myself, if I don't get a job by the time I get to Ormskirk, I'm just going to come home. So I drove all the way to Ormskirk, didn't get a job. So I thought, right, okay, so I started heading home, and then a job popped up for Ormskirk to Southport, less than £1 a mile. So I just declined it and logged off and came home. It was pointless. I've actually got my own private job this evening, so I'm going out to the airport, Manchester. So just to put it into perspective, I think I mentioned it in one of the other videos, I'd done a trip for Uber from Southport to Manchester airport. I think I got like £50 or £55, something like that, which was crap basically. So doing my own airport transfer business, I was able to charge £110. So bearing in mind that customer I know had paid Uber £100. So yeah, so basically I can go and do this trip later on. I'm going to get over £100 for it, and it's going to take me about 2 hours to get back and forth from the airport. Whereas you could stay out and do like a bit of a day shift on Uber, and you might get like £100–110 depending on how many hours and whatnot. So yeah, it just goes to show you 100% need to get your own operator's license and do your own bookings, and basically just use Uber as a filler. So I'm going to start using that as more of a filler, I think. I've been doing it whilst I was starting. Well, initially whilst I got my license, my operator's license, and obviously when I then start getting some bookings, so like I could go to the airport and drop off and then turn Uber on to try and get something coming out of the airport, something like that, so it's not just dead miles. But I don't know what Uber's done recently, but they've basically just they've wrecked it. It's basically like less than £1 a mile that you're being offered. So I'll see how it goes for now. But yeah, it's not even like it's just during the days, because the past couple of days I've been out and done a couple of hours in the evening as well, when you're thinking people are going back and forth to restaurants and to the pubs and things like that, and that's been just as empty, or just as quiet, should I say. So yeah, it doesn't matter if you work during the day or in the evening, it's quiet. It just seems to be if you work Friday night, it's busy-ish, or busy should I say, or the majority of Saturday afternoon going into the evening it's busy. Other than that, it just seems to be like quite quiet, to be honest. Was anything else offered? No, I think that was about it. Uber still didn't get back to me about the magnet situation, even though, you know, it's been over 24 hours now and you're supposed to have like priority support because you're a gold member or something, but nothing. So like I said, I'm just going to wait until tomorrow to see if them other magnets come through, the free ones that I ordered this morning, and yeah, take it from there. So yeah, I'm not going to stay. Oh, I haven't done my thing. Yeah, so I only done that one job, which was like £5.60 something in an hour and a half. So yeah, shocking. I mean, I've had quieter hours. I've had hours where I've done nothing, but I haven't had a shift where I've made £5.60 plus a 53p tip or whatever it was. So yeah, it's just kind of demoralising to stay out when there's no jobs going on, or you're not being offered any, and then the ones that you are being offered are just ridiculous. Uber is just getting way too greedy, when I think I'm going to come out later for about 2 hours and I'm basically going to earn an entire Uber shift, what Uber would pay me for an entire day shift, should I say. So yeah, I just thought I'm going to come home and crack on with a couple of other little jobs before I head out later on. So yeah, that's it. I will leave you with it, with the shortest Uber video that I've done to date. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching.